Good morning, everyone. Glad everyone is here this beautiful Tuesday, September 29. My apologies here. We're having some technical glitches with GoTo Webinar. For some reason, it's been happening lately. Every time I launch GoTo Webinar, it doesn't automatically launch their application. So I've been fighting for it for like about 10 minutes. So apologies for that. Definitely look forward to having a great webinar today. I have Amalia with me. Amalia, are you there?
Yes, no, I'm right here. Just want to say good morning to everyone and welcome.
Yeah, I know that we'll have a couple of late strollers. If you can just let me know if you can hear me, that'll be great. So that way we can, if you can uh, just put it through chat that you can hear us, that'll be great. All right, excellent. Okay, perfect. Thank you, and thank you for your patience. Okay, so we'll begin today. Amalia, I think that any specific news from you?
Yeah, in fact, I want to discuss this new article. It is called basically, it was called Desktop Search. Google may have peaked last year according to .com score. Google down nearly 4 points versus its high of 67.6% share last year. .com score released its monthly report on U.S. Desktop search market share. Google controlled 63.8% of all the PC search volume in August. Microsoft Bing had 20.6% and Yahoo saw 12.7%. Bing was up a fraction of a point at Google's apparent expense, while Yahoo's flat. Um, Month over month, basically Google has off, let me just see here, sorry. Month over month, Google is only off by 0.2%. However, the company's desktop search share is down nearly 4 points versus a year ago when it was 67.6%. Google may have peaked on the desktop. The measurement firm said that there were 17.6 billion PC-based searches in August. Google saw 11.3 billion of them. They conclude that there were at least that many mobile queries given Google's previous statement in May, that the mobile queries have overtaken search volumes on the PC. According to StatCounter, Google controls nearly 90% of the mobile search in the US. Yahoo had just over 7% and Bing roughly 4% of the mobile volumes. StatCounter may not be precise on the data source in this case, although the gapping mobile chasm between Google and its rivals, I should say, is undoubtedly accurate. So I found that very, very interesting. Anyways, Armando, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, no, I think this is a little bit of interesting news, specifically after we've seen Google either continue to grow or level off, and it seems that now, based on last versus July, it started to to go down in regards to the search, the amount of search it has. So search share it has as a search engine. So this is very interesting. We'll definitely keep an eye on this. It does just say, as the article said, that it just probably peaked at 64. So we'll probably be seeing it at, having about 63.8, 60. I don't see it going any further than 63.5 in regards to total desktop, home, and work locations core search share, and that's very important. The other interesting point is about Google controlling nearly 90% of mobile search in the U.S. Now, again, these are U.S. numbers, which are primarily very good dictators, but interesting to note. Microsoft and Yahoo are not are kind of fighting a little bit for that search space as well. But there's no way it's gonna. I don't see it coming any lower than 63% personally. But if it does, sorry, oh, what was that? If it does, that'll be very interesting. So just a quick second here, having some problems today. But no, it's one of those things that definitely will keep an eye on for you. And nothing to panic at this stage, so no need to panic. It's just something that we want to share with you. But again, we'll keep an eye on it. So thank you, Amalia, for that. Okay.
My pleasure, anytime.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, I'll be interested to see in the next few weeks when we get the September one. So, okay. Okay, excellent. So just moving along. Yeah, the other thing that we want to share with you, I mean, there's a big fuss that has happened in regards to HTTPS and, having the HTTPS secure SSL certificate on your site, or an SSL certificate, ranking, providing some ranking boost. However, you know, just by having the SSL certificate added to a website, that does not necessarily relate to a increasing ranking boost. I mean, it's a component, of a ranking factors, right, that you want to have, and Google has come out and said that. However, also Google's John Mueller mentioned that Google may actually not give HTTPS web pages the ranking boost that HTTPS gives them if the page serves up content mismatch errors. So what are these content mismatch errors? Is when you have a web page on HTTPS, so it's SSL certificate active, but some of the elements of content on the page that are not secure, such as images that are not in the SSL or HTTPS area, or social media plugins, or whatever. It is actually a very combination with HTTPS web pages, because what ended up happening was that as soon as the HTTPS secure ranking came alight, or was highlighted as a key contributing factor to SEO rankings, everybody started putting SSL certificates on their website. However, they were not posted, or they were not placed properly throughout the whole site and all of the site files. In this case, interestingly enough, social media plugins, these are third-party plugins that have to be also under HTTPS. So we'll be keeping you abreast of that. But according to John, who is part of the Google's team, as well as Google Search Console, he talks about, I imagine at some point we will say you will have to serve really clean HTTPS, meaning the complete site, for us to show that in the search results. I don't know. I don't think that there will be any kind of penalty around that. Just that we may say we won't count it as HTTPS, so we won't get that small HTTPS ranking boost. Again, he even clearly indicates this boost to be a small ranking boost. Now, I know that many of your clients, and perhaps even ICs, have really encouraged their clients to get in HTTPS, which is a good thing. I personally believe in it. However, it's not the end of all, number one. And number two, based on John Mueller's um, words here, it has to be well placed throughout the complete site files, directories, and even social media plugins. So if you are going to be doing some type of technical work, or going to be recommending this to your client, make sure that the technical team sets up the HTTPS everywhere, right? So in all areas, including images and social media plugins, for example. So this was very important, and wanted to share that with you as well. Uh, Give me a quick second. Here we go. Next one. The other thing that we wanted to share is a very interesting article that actually, as a matter of fact, it's almost a month old, or that I wanted to kind of go back to, something that we missed in our earlier um, webinars. And this is in regards to Google actually killing Flash advertising in Chrome for good. Now, as of September 1, 2015, Google turned Flash advertisements into static images to protect against potential malicious code injections. So again, just another example where we're using where people are still using Flash technologies, and again, search engine does not like Flash. I still get requests from ICs whose clients are requesting for Flash banners, Flash intro pages, and this is just an outdated practice. And as a matter of fact, Flash as a tool seems to be pretty much on the end of its days. Specifically, now that we all knew that Flash is not good for SEO, so as a result, it's not being used on websites. But now, even for advertising, it's not being used. The alternative is HTML5. And as a matter of fact, the International Advertising Bureau set the technology HTML5 as the new industry standard in order to create a richer, more immersed ad experience for marketers and consumers alike. It's something that we've been already working with at ALM, and for more rich, experienced websites. And definitely, if you're still getting those questions about Flash and Flash technology, flash banners. This is a good article to share with your prospects. As well as the security aspect, Flash slows down web rendering to an extent unacceptable to modern users, and it kills your battery as a result. And not to mention hacking concerns. So again, something totally new that uh, that we need to work on as well. So if you get a request, feel free to share this article with your clients. Really, Flash is pretty much done. Amalia, you wanted to share a little bit more on voice search and some of the things that are happening there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So Google Voice Search and Google App now 300 milliseconds faster. So Google makes voice search feel blazingly fast and improves voice accuracy with the Google app. Google says its voice search is getting faster and better. The company basically announced that it's added new computational models that are more accurate, robust to noise, and faster to respond to voice search query models. Also, spokesperson from Google stated that the Google Voice Search within Google App is now 300 milliseconds faster. And for some people, the new app will feel as much as 500 milliseconds faster, depending on the device itself. Google's blog post gets the specific details about how voice search is faster and more accurate. Google said that they used a connectionist temporal classification and sequence discriminative training techniques to improve the neural network acoustic models. That being said, Google said that there are extensions to the recurrent neutral networks that make voice search on Google more accurate, especially in noisy environments, and that they are blazingly fast. And Google was unable to give basically the metric and the accuracy of the improvements, but they told us that the app is much more accurate based on the models described above. So I thought that was interesting. Armando?
Yeah, I think this is also interesting, and specifically as voice search will
Armando?
be the
Yeah,
new way of the future, and I see
that's
this
right.
being a very important thing in 2016. So I guess Google it's expediting its efforts to make sure as more and more users, and we all have talked about it in this webinar, and I mean the stats are out there. Millennials they enjoy using voice search. As a matter of fact, I think it's 18 to 25 or 18 to 28-year-olds are more effective at using voice search on their mobile. So interesting, yeah, they're making it faster. So again, it's definitely going to keep an eye on that for future advances in voice search and how we will, as SEOs, optimize websites in the future. Specifically, I'm seeing this being part of the 2016 initiatives, uh,
Mm-hmm.
which is just around the corner. Thank you, Amalia.
Yeah, thank you.
Another interesting article that I want to share is from actually Search Engine Watch, and it is a bit of an article that talks about the Google Local Pack, and according to the author, based on the studies that they've done, is actually 233% more important than let's say natural search results or paid search results or even paid results, right? So with the reduction of 7 to 3, obviously we all know it's very important to get our listings optimized. It's a bit debatable also because, as you know, even with the 3 pack now, there is they have taken away some of the features that were there before, such as the telephone number, also um, other features that were part of the normal Google Maps or local pack optimization, right? So, many SEOs and even your clients may be asking, so why the change? Why is this happening? Google receives no payment for listings from local map pack, zero, right? They don't make money of that. And they are aware that we learned more than 2 years ago from the Localist 50 miles local search study that local listings are the most relevant and trusted by consumers. So obviously, they want to capitalize on that. And Google's recent reduction of local pack positions from 7 to 3 is not the first time, nor the last time that Google will adjust the local map. They've been kind of tinkering with this for many years, and as we move on now into a more mobile driven era, I'm pretty sure that the focus will be on more local and its relationship to mobile. So very interesting stat here. 7 out of 3 times 100 is a formula that the team used in describing the percentage, which is 233 more percent more important. Now you can see here on the right hand side, this is just opinions, anyways. People's feedback based on surveys completed, but you can see here that local search results are the most relevant results and the most trustworthy results. So having said that, you have to be very strategic about the way you're optimizing at the local level, and also educating your client and managing expectations at the same time, that they can't be showing up for all of the different keywords in the local pack. What may end up happening is that you may have to develop a strategy where you're looking at the client's top 3 or top 4 keywords, or just choosing less than a handful of keywords that you want to compete on the local pack. Because if you put all your efforts competing on the local pack, you'll definitely not be successful, because it will require a lot of resources, a lot of money as well, and a lot of activities, right? However, we talked about it this last week. Do not, forget about organic search results as well, right? And those are the natural search results. I mean, there's still an opportunity there as well, where they are trustworthy results, 31%, and they are people still see them as opinions, as having opinion of them as the most relevant results, 27%, right? Again, this may change. Look, Google keeps tinkering with the listings on their search engine result pages, so do keep an eye for that. But I thought I wanted to share this with you, because it is something that you have to, if you are working with local businesses, make sure that you take into consideration this and do not neglect it, but find a strategy that works for your client, right? Again, and that strategy doesn't mean that we have to take all keywords. It means that perhaps you focus on 2 or 3 and then grow from there, because there will be more strict competition. Like you see here, 233% more competition. Okay. Oops. This one, I guess I forgot to put the the article name, so please ignore it. The 60%, this new data reveals 67% of percent of consumers are influenced by online reviews. 67%. This was something that was created by Moss. In one of their studies, they actually set up a research study with a group of 1,000 consumers through Google consumer surveys, and what they wanted to do was to better understand just how much of an impact Google has on an individual purchasing decision. And definitely what this survey of 1,000 individuals or consumers, it kind of helps investigate how individuals interact with Google and other major sites during the buying process. So you can see here on the right hand side, something that you can also use in your presentations, and when making a major purchase, such as an appliance, a smartphone, or even a car, how important are online reviews in your decision making? Okay, I would hate to be Volkswagen right now, but for online reviews, but you can definitely see here that the level of online importance, where when you add up absolutely important, which is 10.4%, very important, 19.2%, 25.1% for fairly important, and a little important, 13.1, you are getting 67.7% of respondents' purchasing decisions. So, very important that more than half of the respondents admitted that online reviews are fairly, very, or absolutely an important part of the decision making process. Again, can't stress the fact, and I have actually another slide that relates to this one, in regards to the importance of online reviews. So feel free to share this with your client, because sometimes clients, we can't do our job if they don't help us also, or if they don't participate in setting up a strategy to generate online reviews, to gather online reviews. So definitely, the takeaway here that you should keep in mind is that companies need to take reviews very seriously. Restaurant review stories receive all the press, but most companies will eventually have pages from review sites ranking for their names. So as a result, building a strong base of positive reviews now will help protect against any negative reviews down the road. So you want to kind of build on that and have a consistent ongoing campaign, if you will. So it should be its own online reviews campaign where you're working with either a third-party tool such as Customer Lobby, Reputation.com, or just even having a strategy on my Google business, right? And that's important as well. So definitely keep an eye on this, and just tells you that customer reviews continue to be very important. I mean, it should be part of anybody's SEO strategy. Okay, excellent. Moving along. Just one quick second here. Okay, we've talked about video advertising for the past few weeks as well, and the importance of Google and YouTube, the growing importance of YouTube. And as you know, Google has been able to increase revenue coming from its advertising products, despite the fact that it's making less money per ad. And definitely that's we've kind of shared that with you in the past. Google has in fact been having a cost per click problem since the fourth quarter of 2011. Now the cost per click problem has mainly been in Google AdWords, right? While many thought that the problem was that Google was not able to monetize mobile in April 2015, Google's outgoing CFO confirmed it was not mobile, but YouTube's true video ads that were the culprits. Okay, and I'll get to it in a second. Before I move to the rest, you can definitely see here on the right hand corner, where you can see the average cost per click in 2014 for different industries. I thought this was also um, a very cool screenshot or graph where you can kind of see that the financial services, educate education, sorry, are the have the highest and most the highest average cost per click, right? Then when you're looking at shopping and classifying, interestingly enough, has the lowest, 0.75 per click, right? Business, this is where we always talk about that Yahoo and Bing is also a great area to promote as well. If you look at this in business, anything that's B2B, the average cost per click is usually 230, while you can look at in AdWords, right? Google AdWords, while if you're using Yahoo and Bing, you can now look at 0.84. So this is a more, it's less than 100%, right? So a very interesting stat. If you do have a business, a client that's still not sure about paid advertising, you may want to try Bing or Yahoo because obviously it's more cost effective to do a test campaign perhaps. You're not going to get all the traffic and it's going to be a little bit different type of traffic, but it could be a good test pilot. And if they're very conscious, and B, if they're really conscious of their budget, you want to use that. And if you have a client who was already maximized all of their PPC on Google AdWords, you may want to have them set up a separate campaign on Yahoo Bing. So what is the YouTube opportunity? Kind of going back to, sorry about that segue. What is the real opportunity? Well, we're talking dirt cheap clicks here. In some cases, some of these clicks on YouTube are anywhere between 0.09, so not even a cent, to about 11 cents per click. And actually, sorry, 9 cents to 11 cents per click, not 0.09. So 9 cents to 11 cents per click. And definitely that's worth experimenting. And we've seen a lot of retail clients been doing that. Compared to the prices with that you're seeing as an average CPC in your sector, as you can see here, if you're paying on YouTube 11 cents, or even if you're paying 15, 20 cents, or even 50 cents per click, you're still paying less than in some of the AdWords areas. So big opportunity there. Definitely work with your production team or with your PPC coordinator to take a look at YouTube text ads. They don't have to be video ads. Just try to optimize all the different avenues that we have there with YouTube. So it is very cost effective. It's something that you should try, and can run some test pilots for your clients. Right, looking for additional exposure, brand exposure, potentially, obviously leads, conversions, etc. Right. To give you a sense of the YouTube environment, both in terms of users and advertisers, here are some points that Google's ProRat made on the latest earnings call. Obviously, the CFO. YouTube is showing strong momentum with users and advertisers as we reinvent the television experience for the digital age. On mobile alone, YouTube reaches more 18 to 49 years old in the US than any US cable network. Holy, like that in itself should just say to you, I gotta try some YouTube advertising, at least for exposure, right? Pilot test it. Here you have you just look at the age groups that you're targeting. You're able to target in the US. Once users are in YouTube, they're spending more time per session watching videos. On mobile, the average viewing session is now more than 40 minutes, up more than 50% year over year. So, having said that, this is where you also want to get creative, and it is worth advertising, just also video ads, right? If you have a client that definitely, their demographic can be reached by YouTube, you want them to run a test pilot. Now, they don't have to go out there and spend thousands of dollars for a full production advertising commercial. They can actually do this through different, more cost-effective videos, whiteboard videos, etc., animation videos. You know, to add to YouTube. Obviously, as long as the brand remains in a very positive manner and professional manner, you don't want to underestimate the brand by promoting very cheap produced videos, right? So there is a cost effective way of doing it, and we've kind of talked about it in the previous webinars. But there is the opportunity. The number of advertisers running video ads on YouTube is up more than 40% year over year. So you know what? Competition is catching up. For our top 100 advertisers, the average spend per advertiser is up over 60% year over year. What does that tell you? That just confirms that it's working, right? That it confirms that obviously more and more people are going into YouTube. So definitely, you know what, should be part of your strategy. It may not be the initial part of your strategy, but at some point in the lifetime of your client, you want to definitely start recommending them a video strategy. And again, it doesn't have to be costly in the production side. CPC pricing on YouTube for TrueView ads, as the users choose not to skip, is lower than CPC pricing on desktop and mobile. So again, an opportunity that you could be capitalizing on for your clients. So keep an eye on this. Very important. Definitely, if you have a client that you've tried different avenues of organic and also paid advertising, and you're not getting the results, hey, this is another way to test it out, right? This is another tactic that you can test out, and it's not gonna break the bank, right? You just have to make sure that it's a proper strategy. So, wanted to share that with you as well. Another interesting uh, uh, article that we wanted to share is the local search ranking factors for 2015 were released by the results were released by Moss, I believe, late last week, and definitely lots and lots of information. You can go to their website and download all of the data, but the major takeaways are here. Number one, if you can see it here, there's a whole mix in, and I like this because to a certain degree, it validates our adaptive SEO strategy, right? That's a good thing. When we're doing adaptive SEO, we focus on my Google business, and that my business signals are very important for clients to have it well optimized. The importance of these factors are 14.7%. So it does have some weight. As a matter of fact, based on this factor results, it has more weight than review signals, interestingly, and social signals together, right? So again, uh, this is where you have to work with the production team and as well as with your client to make sure that you have a very, very strong My Business signals. External location signals, local signals such as you know NAP consistency, citations, etc. You want to have that. You want to make sure that any information out there that's related to your website has the right name, address, or phone number, so your website or your client's website gets the SEO authority. On-page signals, again, very important. You want to have a presence of the name, address, and phone number for the company. Ideally, we always recommend having that at the footer of the website, also in the contact us page, keywords and titles, domain authority. So on-page optimization remains to be very important at 20%. Okay, so that is very, very, very important. Relevancy is also important through the personalization aspect. Link signals. Who said that link building and proper link building strategies is dead? Look at this. According to Moz, it weighs at 20% as well. So definitely, what is important: inbound anchor text, linking domain authority, linking the main quantity. Okay, so there is quality and quantity also involved here, and we've seen it with some of our clients. So very, very important that you have proper link building strategy that encompasses local citations, industry directories, local directories, perhaps the top ones, also social bookmarking, etc. You want to have a good blend. Again, I talked a little bit about review signals, which I had mentioned before. This is now SEO, right? This is the local search ranking factors, right? This is what the search engines actually look for from their perspective. What I share in the earlier article is what people think and their opinions about local reviews and how important they are. And here they only play a 5%, an 8.4% level of importance. But still, it's very important to have great reviews, number of quantities, and the diversity of reviews as well, and the review velocity. Social signals, Google Plus authority. Hey, who said Google Plus was dead? Look, it has a little bit of weight here. Facebook likes, Twitter followers, etc. As well as another component that has been adding that's very crucial at 9.5, even more stronger than social signals and review signals, is behavioral mobile signals. So important, having a mobile friendly website, therefore having very healthy click-through rates, mobile clicks to call, check-ins, offers, etc. on your mobile. That's very important, as well as personalization. So some of the key takeaways, and I'm going to spend a little bit of time here. Just give me a quick second, because for this one, I will tell you, I will need some notes. So one of the key things that we can talk about here is Google's local search and its importance. That was one of the high-level takeaways, at least by David Min, who's the actual who wrote this article and was part of the team that released these local searches on Moz. As a matter of fact, you know what? Let me just post it out here for everyone. Let me just post it. Now, there's a lot of data happening here, but still, I would definitely study this. The number one thing is that Google's local search algorithm seems to be maturing. Definitely, you want to make sure that Google My Business pages are set up properly, and that is a three-level responsibility. Okay, first level is the client has to provide you with that information that you need to put, right? Like you have to have the proper information. It can't be taken for granted. The client can't just tell you, go copy it from my website. You have to make sure that the NAP, name, address of the number, is consistent. The next thing is that you want to make sure that it's keyword and location relevant with specific title tags. So apart from just claiming your Google My Business pages, you want to make sure that it's being used, right? You wanna have quality and quality content being also posted there, as well as, again, being able to have reviews. So that's very important. Local continues to grow, and that's definitely going to help you in the results for 3-pack as well. Okay. The second thing is that the influence of Google on local results is on its way out. Now, I don't know. I mean, yeah, many people are saying that removing Google Plus pages from maps and even from the primary search engine result pages, Google Plus was going to die, and it's dying. However, at this point, it's very important that you emphasize your attention to Google My Business. You want to make sure that that the websites are being are be that your Google My Pages are being optimized again, and that's very important because ideally that's what's going to take over. I mean, Google Plus also has a lot of personal pages. My recommendation is to make sure that when you're working with your clients, if they have any personal pages, yeah, you can tie them into your My Google Business, but many businesses are actually still using Google Plus personal pages as business pages, and that doesn't work. You have to claim your own Google My Business and make sure that that's done properly. Behavioral signals are increasing in importance, and you can definitely see here that when you're looking at the stats of this, I just want to go back to share with you. Just give me a quick second. When you're looking at the stats, again, behavioral signals are, important in specifically when it comes to mobile. So again, we cannot emphasize more than that, that, your client has to be mobile ready, mobile prepared as they move into 2016. Okay, and I guess the last thing that I can share with you is citations and links. They're still very crucial, right? Local citations are very crucial. You want to make sure that you have quality, consistency, and quantity. Now, quantity doesn't mean that you have to get thousands of them. You just make sure that you have a good, healthy, ongoing citation strategy along with your link building strategy, right? So that's definitely gonna help. Many SEOs were saying that link building was dead, even up to earlier this year, but it seems to be very, very important in the overall SEO strategy, according to Moz, which, you know what, it is a very reputable organization that definitely they do their due diligence. I mean, this survey was very important, and I'm trying to determine if it was about over. I mean, they had 20 ranking factors, I believe, that they use, and they only highlighted the top 20 for them. So definitely, I'm going to share with you on their website what they actually show here, and you can see here some of the interesting factors that you may want to consider as you're building your client's strategy. Top 50 localized organic factors. So this is local, right? Domain authority of websites is very key. Quality authority of inbound links to domain. So making sure that you do have some quality inbound links. Now remember too, right, that if you're working for a small business, a small client, they may not be able to afford quality inbound links because that just takes a lot of time and efforts to go out there and get these, right? And they have to be relevant. However, you can still opt for, some nice, clean inbound links to your domain name, right? So it's very important not to manage clients' expectations because, just because they're an accountant doesn't mean that you're going to be able to get a nice inbound link from a local university in their business department, right, or their accounting, department. So, the .edu and .org are high after sought sites to link back to, so it doesn't always happen, right? However, you can always have a good link backs from local directories like Yelp, for example, right? And point it back to your site and so on. So that's very important. The other thing that I wanted to share here is you want to have click-through rate from search results. So that's still important, right? The diversity of inbound links to domain name, physical address in city of search. This is very important as well. It's in the top 8. So if you do have a client that has multiple locations, if they want to be ranking locally for these multiple locations, they have to have their My Google Business set up properly. Now, if you have a client that, let's say, they only have one location, right? They have physical location and they service multiple areas, definitely, if they don't have a physical address, it definitely will have an impact in it. So it doesn't mean that your client has to go out there and get, different physical locations, but to be very strategic of how that works. Okay. Look at this: city, state, and most of website title tag, consistency of structure citations. Again, product, service, keyword in GMB landing page titles. So these are some of the things that, that will definitely help in SEO. And again, these are, I would say that, apart from the top 15, everything else, at the bottom is, nice to have, and it definitely helps. Unless you're really focusing on your clients' SEO and they're paying you a lot of money, you can focus on all of these because they all require work. Look, there's 50 of them. Equally as well, sorry, I'm just going a little bit fast here. Equally as well is the three-pack carousel factors. So again, how do I become part of that three-pack? Physical address and city of search, very important. You have to have a physical address. Consistency of structure citations, proper GMB category associations, proximity of address to the point of search. Very important because if your client's office, let's say, is in, let's just take a city in Dallas, just looking at Dallas as a city, and they are actually searching for their business outside of Dallas, they're not going to show up in their local pack, right? The proximity of address to the point of search is very important as well. Okay, you can only you were only probably showing up in the three pack most likely if the proximity of their address is very close to where you're optimized it for. Again, quality and authority of structure citation is very key. So as you can see, there is for both organic factors and three pack, there is some similarities. So you know you may not be able to get all 50 of these, but I would say that if you get the top 15 and 20 of these, you'll be in good shape, right? So look at this. Quantity of native Google reviews with text. Yeah, that's also important. Again, reviews as number 11. So definitely, you know what? Enjoy, enjoy the report. I'm actually going to post it here for everybody to see. Okay. Okay, excellent. So that's one of the things that we wanted to share with you. If you have any questions, please feel free to touch base with us or with your production team. Again, you know, whenever you're doing SEO, there's a level of in depth that you can do. Depending on the client's investment. Do not expect any of, for example, of ALM's SEO programs to do all 50 of these, right? We'll try to probably work on the top 15, top 20, which are the most important, and we'll continue to recommend to your clients. Now, I will tell you that our team also, they are a little bit of chemists. They're in the back end testing new things. So they'll probably be looking at this and seeing how we can actually add this to our whole strategy overall. So anyhow, wanted to share this with you. Very important study and something that you should be able to, when your spare time, to kind of review and try to get more gold nuggets of this, not just for educating yourself, but also when you are in front of your clients. Specifically, if you have one of those clients that, you know what, they've probably taken one SEO course and they think they know everything, well, this local Moz search results will give you the latest according to Moz, a reputable organization as well. So you are getting good feedback. Excellent. I do want to apologize about something I had mentioned last week that we're going to have a guest speaker, and I forgot to address that at the top of the webinar. There were some scheduling conflicts, and we're actually will have our guest speaker. Hopefully in the next 2 weeks, we're trying to reschedule that. We're looking at having at least 1 to 2 guest speakers per month, and will be arranged, and we'll definitely let you know. And the whole topic of these guest speakers is not only for them to showcase perhaps their products, but from a sales perspective and a marketing perspective, how do you sell? How can you better educate your clients on their specific products? So I know that we're going to be having somebody from the CRM experts, Soho, in the next coming weeks, and I'm also looking at having here John McKenzie from Lead Integrity Solutions also in October. So we'll keep you posted. And again, all of these are sales driven, marketing driven guest speakers. Okay, so as a result, I actually have a case study here from our retail side. It's a company called Power Services Corp, US based company, and we are doing some work for them, and wanted to share this very quick case study. If you do have somebody in this area, definitely definitely feel free to um, to use this, and or if you need it, feel free to reach out to Michelle, Amalia, and myself to get a copy of this case study. If you are dealing in this the power sector, energy sector, definitely we can use this. Now with them, just to give you a little bit of a background, they have been a client since May 2015, so we're probably still in initial stages of work with them. So you're looking at May, June, July, August, September, 4/5 month working with them. Their existing business, their goals included generating traditional awareness as well as generating interest and inquiries in secondary services for training. Again, it is a power services company, so definitely for them it was all about branding awareness as well as getting some leads for their training programs. Some of the things that they do are they're actually power plant operations, maintenance, and efficiency consultants. They actually also, some of the services is staffing and management placement within this service. So within this area. International focusing worldwide. And again, this is the client's first online marketing effort. So a lot of education. They actually want the world, but we have to start one step at a time. So they did want an international strategy. However, they have at this stage they're still budget conscious. The first online marketing effort. They never really had any real online marketing campaigns running apart from just having a website, design their new website, etc. So some of the SEO service, some of the services that we have provided to them is SEO and some minor website development. With them, I believe that uh, um, we are doing a local, sorry, an adaptive SEO strategy. Okay, and I believe it's the bronze or silver. So we're looking at 5 to 10 keywords to start them off with. Here I only have the rankings of 4 of them just to kind of show some of the progress because they're not focusing on local. We're not showing local, just organic search results. But I'll get to that in a second. So having said that, how did we acquire this client, or the ICU actually was acquired from another client, so it was a referral. So referral businesses can be made good case studies as well. They had a brand new site. Definitely we needed to go in there and do some of the technical, and I'm going to kind of share with you in a second, but we needed to do a bit of that technical side of the site, just because they had developed a new site, new look and brand, and it looks pretty good. But we wanted to make sure that at the end of the day, it had some conversion elements, right? And with clients, as you will see in the site, you have to take them one step at a time. Like, don't expect that once you start bringing ideas to the client's going to be taking them all at once. So as I share the website with you right now, you can see that even till this day, I mean, there's some elements that we've asked for example, having, social media integration at the top. It's taking them a little bit of time. We're still working after 5 months, even though they were doing some of their adaptive SEO, we're still trying to get them to do social media. So it's more of a quasi traditional SEO and adaptive SEO package, but there are still elements that we were from an SEO perspective and conversion rate optimization that we're working with them. So if you don't see them, it's just because it's taking the client time to adapt to them. So this is their website, very clean website. They do service all throughout the U.S. right now, and they want to move to to the international field. Just give me a second, going back to the presentation here. You can see some of the results after 6 months, 5, 6 months that we've been working with them. You can see that here for power plant operation, they were in the 8th page on Google, and we've been able to move them within 6 months to google.com organically to the 2nd and 3rd page, right? Actually, 3rd page right now. So they've moved 5 pages. So it's definitely a work in progress. It's not something that's going to happen overnight, right? You can also see here that, for example, power plant management services is a keyword that they're going after, that they want to definitely be able to capitalize on. You can see here that they moved from the 15th spot all the way to 6 and 7. So that keyword was a little bit less competitive. We were able to get some quick wins for them, making them feel more comfortable with what they're doing because they see progress. I mean, if you see power plant operation after 6 months and you're from the seventh page to the third page, it may not excite your client. It may not get them all excited. But when they see a keyword like power plant management services or even NERC training, which is one of their core keywords, not being seen on Google in month one to being in 28, it can get them excited. Same thing with power plant operations and maintenance, which is another keyword that they wanted to go after. Right now, these are not geo-targeted; these are Google.com national campaigns. So you can see that's also going to take some time. It's going to be very competitive, but you're showing progression, right? And these are relevant keywords that they were going after. You can definitely see some of the increases that we've seen in their analytics. And again, peaking. Now, I wanted to kind of share, I didn't get the screenshot because I wanted to share a progression of month to month. So I'll probably owe you that for the case study. But you can see that we've been able to generate some results in the 5, 6 months of work that we've done for them. Some of the strategy and recommendations that we undertook with them, the number one key thing, it was building more content, both off page and on page, right? Their website was some of the pages were very content light, right? They didn't have a lot of information, so we've kind of been working with the not we have been working with the client to make them a little bit more robust, relevant, good, rich content pages. Again, one step at a time with the client. Develop a funnel for inquiries and conversions. Before, they just had a website very similar to an online brochure, and little by little we've been working with them to try to create that funnel for them and getting them some inquiries and conversions. And you know what, the strategy for them was to be both informational and educational, so we kind of done that. Again, we're still dealing with some challenges with this client. Like I said, the site was very content light, very little mention of targeted key phrases in content and on targeted pages. Since the onset, we've changed that now specifically for the pages that we're optimizing for, making them a little bit more targeted, right? There's no blogs, resources, or articles pages for press release and other content. Again, this is an area that we're working with the client. And surprisingly enough, you can still see that there's been success here, right? With the keywords. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to go here. Even though we don't have a blog, I would tell you that if we had a nice blog there with a lot of great content on a monthly basis, this optimization would go a little bit much faster. These rankings will look a little bit much better, and also the results as well. And time and time again, we've seen that with a couple of our adaptive SEO clients as well. This one a little bit different. As I mentioned to you, no prominent call to action or contact details in the site header, which is very key for optimization. And also, I know there's some questions, so we'll address them in a second. Just let me just finish here. But also, when you look at the site itself, I mean, it's a very clean site. So let me just share the site with you again. When you look at the site, it's a very clean site, right? And they have this beautiful here slider, right? Image slider, right? Slowly professional, great images. I still think that the call to actions can be a little bit stronger. So this is your, this is your like prime space. Now you don't want to be in your face advertising, but you definitely want to pique curiosity. And this is a very subtle way that they've done their call to actions, and that's what we've been kind of working with them. Again, these companies do take a little bit of time because again, it's their first time doing online marketing, right? So we got to educate them, and that's okay. It just takes time. As we start showing them more results, I can tell you that they will be more confident, even to the level like, look, they have no address here, and we've kind of told them that already a couple of times, right? We keep recommending that, right? They do have a document section. Again, brochures, technical papers, but you know, look, no content. So we're kind of working with your client. Now, one of the questions that I get, okay, so what do we do with the client like that? So you definitely have to educate them and try to work with them, and really either A, they shape up, or B, you there are in a position to fire them, right? Because sometimes you're doing all the efforts and they're not helping. But in this case, you know what? It seems that IHI, just talking to the project coordinator, they're kind of moving along slowly but surely. We are looking at adding a new blog module in the next coming months. Actually got it finally approved, and that's just going to help us. So just looking at this website and some of the content that you can see here, with a little bit of tweaking and optimization, we've been able to do that, to make some inways into it. Again, they haven't given us all the opportunity to optimize every page, so we're going one step at a time with them. It's really about baby baby steps with this client, but still seeing some of those results with them. Okay, so some of the solutions that we did for them to get some on-page results. We develop a keyword optimized on-page content for implementation on targeted internal pages. So again, making sure that we had some good introductory content that was rich as well as keyword optimized. Okay, and using it properly, right? We also created link front-facing pages for content indexing. They actually have I thought they told me they still were working on the blog. I'm thinking what they're trying to do is add more content to the blog and develop a stronger call to action and conversions. That's something that's ongoing and that we continue to work with the client. So some clients will be very open to you providing them with solutions right away. Some of them, as IHI, does take a little bit more hand holding. The whole crawl, walk, run approach. They're still crawling, and they'll probably be crawling for a few more months. But the good thing is that we're starting to see some results, and the client is definitely satisfied. Are they happy, happy, happy? Well, I can tell they're satisfied. They're seeing the results specifically from their first time doing SEO. So anyhow, wanted to share this interesting case study. If you do want this case study, feel free to reach out to Amalia, Michelle, or myself. Here's our contact information. A few questions that are coming through. Uh, uh, okay, yes, I can definitely get you a copy of uh, uh, the um, the case study. So just email us. And well, again, thank you everybody for being with us. There's no other questions today. I guess that was a good webinar. Amalia, any final thoughts from your side?
No, I just want to say thank you to everyone joining. I thought it was a great webinar, and I'm looking forward to future, future upcoming guests. Also, a reminder to the ICs that we will have upcoming promotions for the month of October, so we will keep you posted.
Yeah, thank you everybody for coming, for being part of this webinar, and we look forward to another exciting week next week. Take care. Bye bye.